Hello my nerdlings, if you're new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. Today, we're going to do my weekly update. We're going to go over what I read, what I'm reading, what's on deck, what I've hauled, and what I'm watching. So, what I have read. I have finished The Sinkable by Daniel Stone, and I have finished Ruination by Anthony Reynolds. They came out the way I expected them to, so if you want to know my thoughts and feelings about them, check out my wrap-up. I will make sure to post the link to it in the description box below. Then what I'm currently reading, I am still finishing up The Hobbit. I know, November 1st, and I'm not done The Hobbit, but I've honestly been savoring it because Andy Serkis in the audiobook, I'm savoring it. So, what's on deck? I've decided that with my November TBR, which books I'm going to be starting with, and that is going to be The Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport and Daughter of Sparta by Claire M. Andrews. I'll start with the hardcovers and get them out of the way because I honestly do not like reading from hardcovers. The dust jackets bug me. So, we're going to start with those two and go from there. What I have hauled, I was going to just input the pictures of them here and not hold them up, but I honestly want to hold them up. So just one moment, let me grab them. Okay. First, I have Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. I have no clue what this is about. All I know is I have seen two different YouTubers interview Mr. Ruocchio, and just the type of person he is, I'm intrigued to read his book. I know it's sci-fi. I know I had to order it, and I know it's chunky. Oh my goodness. Oh, and the writing's small. Look how small that is. That's tiny. All right. Let's see. According to the back, it is not his war. The galaxy remembers him as a hero, the man who burned every last alien. Sealson? I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, Mr. Ruocchio. From the sky. They usually remember him as a monster, the devil who destroyed a sun, casually annihilating 4 billion human lives, even the emperor himself, against imperial orders. But Hadrian was not a hero, was not a monster. He was not even a soldier. On the wrong planet at the wrong time for the best reasons, Hadrian Marlowe starts down a path that can only end in fire. He flees his father and a future as a torturer, only to be left stranded on a strange backwater world. Forced to fight as a gladiator and navigate the intrigues of a foreign planetary court, Hadrian must fight a war he did not start for an empire he does not love against an enemy he will never understand. Ooh. Okay. That sounds good. Now I see why Jimmy has done nothing but praise this book. So, there's the first one. The second one is Descendant of the Crane by Joan He. This is a gorgeous cover. I may or may not bought this solely for the cover. Because, I don't know if you can see over here on the side where it has, the little suns peeking through. And then, of course, it goes to blurbs. But I like this little... Anyways. According the back. Treason. For Princess Hesina of Yan, the palace is her home, but her father is her world. He taught her how to defend against the corruption and excess of the old kings before revolutionaries purged them and their seers and established the dynasty anew. He was supposed to teach her how to rule. Trial. The imperial doctress says the king died of a natural death, but Hesina believes he was murdered. She is determined to bring his assassin to justice. Truth. But in a broken system, ideals can kill. As the investigation quickly spins out of control, Hesina realizes that no one is innocent, not the heroes in the history or the father she thought she knew. If she doesn't rein in the trial soon, more blood will spill. Her people's, her family, and even her own. This is my first time reading the back. This sounds really freaking good. But I was in love with the cover. That's why I bought it. The cover is just stunning. Next, we have book 1 of the Dandelion Dynasty, The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu. So, according to this, the meaning of justice changes in a revolution. The archipelago, how do people say that? Because I've heard it different ways. I'm going to say archipelago because it sounds funner. Of Dara was once divided into 7 kingdoms with shifting alliances and constant battles, a tempest of diverse dialects and cultures. When a relentless king united the 7 lands into one empire, some thought it would bring peace and end the turmoil. Instead, it brought stagnation and suffering, the anger of the gods, and finally a rebellion. I don't want to read too much further because I don't want to get spoilered. Apparently there's a bandit and a scion that is favored by the gods. So, fans of intrigue, intimate plots, and sweeping battles will find a new series to embrace in this highly anticipated debut by multiple award-winning author Ken Liu. Again, I bought this solely because Jimmy at a fantasy network has read it and highly recommends it. So let's see how it goes. I really don't like that this is not a sticker. This isn't a sticker. It's part of the cover and I don't like it. Maybe I'll just have to buy a different edition. And last book I have hauled is Tom Felton, Beyond the Wand. Because apparently I'm in the mood for child actor memoirs lately. I know nothing about this. I was just walking Barnes & Noble, saw it, and had to pick it up. And apparently there's pictures from Tom's life in here, which I love. So, I am a Harry Potter kid. That's what I grew up with when I was younger. So, I'm still a huge Harry Potter fan. Just not a J.K. Rowling fan. But I can't wait to read this. So that is what I have hauled. What I am watching. Still watching Ink Masters. Still watching 911 and NCIS and those type of shows. But I started The House of Dragons. You know, that whole prequel story to A Song of Ice and Fire, or commonly known as Game of Thrones. I'm on episode 2 because, of course, with my younger kids, I can only watch it when they're in bed or when they're not around. And during the day is the time that I like to read and be creative. So, because I like to do arts and crafts and paint. So, I only watch House of Dragons with my husband randomly at night. So far, I'm not as traumatized as I was the first couple episodes of Game of Thrones. Shocker. But I'm enjoying the guessing game with my husband. Like, this character has got, this type of agenda or whatnot. And so I'm enjoying that. I can't wait to delve deeper into it. I'm just hoping it doesn't go to some extent of certain things that are going to make me not want to watch it. Because I have certain triggers that I cannot watch. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But, yeah. So that's my weekly update. Let me know in the comments down below what you've been watching, what you've been reading, what you got on deck. I want to know it all. And I will respond to your comments. Make sure to like the video if you did, subscribe if you wanna, and I will see you next time. Remember, you are loved and you are valid.